What is up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, I will be going through every single known 2026 Studio Series 86 movie release that has been leaked through listings and info, whatever else, the last few months to a year. There could be characters that we don't know about that are still coming out next year. We're just gonna have to wait and see, but this is everything that is known so far. So without further ado, let's get right down to the nitty-gritty, shall we? So first up here we have Studio Series Wave 2, which should be revealed in the next couple months or so. Maybe before the year is up, or probably January, February next year. I don't know, gonna have to wait and see. But this wave will have, everything is 86 except for one figure, which is Deluxe TF1 Thundercracker, but everything else is 86 movie, and the first one here is Deluxe 86 Krenix. And this is a character that I am extremely looking forward to. It's one of those designs that always captured me when I first saw the 86 movie when I was a little kid. When I saw those robots on the planet, and then I saw it later on in the movie during the Quintesson scene. And it was always just a really intriguing look to me for a robot in Transformers. So it's almost like a dream come true for me personally that we're actually getting an official Krenix that's going to transform. I will more than likely be picking this up, but it's going to depend on how good the figure is. And then we have Deluxe 86 Wheeljack, who I don't know if he's going to be a repaint of the Earthrise mold, even though we just got a repaint of the Earthrise mold earlier this year in the Devastation subline. But it could be a repaint of that mold, or it could be a retool of the Earthrise mold, or what I am banking on and hoping for at this point is that he is a completely brand new mold, especially for the 40th anniversary of this movie. You would expect that they would want to go all out for something, you know, that's G1, a heavy selling subline for Transformers at Hasbro nowadays. You know, at Wheeljack A-lister, people have been demanding him to get sort of redone because that Earthrise figure the last couple years has gotten pretty outdated. It's really not too cartoon accurate. It's just not, it's kind of underwhelming engineering wise. So hopefully it's at the very least like a retool, like 50% new tooling on that Wheeljack. But, you know, I really want it to be a new mold. Wheeljack deserves something a bit better than what we have right now. And then getting into Voyager class, we have 86 Shockwave, which I am excited for, but I have a feeling he's probably just going to be a repaint of the Siege figure. But I'd love to be wrong. I am absolutely 1000% hoping for that. He's a brand new mold, you know, something a bit new, a bit different, and just a little bit more cartoon accurate to what we see in the movie and the cartoon and stuff. Because with the Siege one that we have now, it's a good figure, don't get me wrong, but it is a little outdated in terms of the accuracy and the detail that you see with these G1 characters nowadays, especially in the 86 line in the last couple years. You know, he's got a lot of that extra greebling, so I hope if they do reuse the Siege figure that they at least resculpt the surface of the figure so there's not a lot of greebling. But honestly, at that point, it's like, doesn't even matter because it's still going to be a little inaccurate. It's still, you know, the same mold from 6-7 years ago by the time this figure comes out. So I really just want it to be a new mold. And then we have Voyager 86 Skywarp, who is obviously just a repaint of the upcoming Seeker mold that's going to start with Thundercracker. And I'm looking forward to this. What I really want to know is which of the 3 head sculpts that have been shown on Thundercracker will be given to Skywarp. I'm really curious, and you know, I'm really excited to see how Skywarp's colors look on this new Seeker mold. It's just a lot to kind of just get hyped about because that Seeker mold, it looks amazing. And now getting into leader class for Wave 2, we have 86 Snarl, which is just a package refresh going by the listings and leaks here, so not much to go over there, pretty decent figure. And then we have leader 86 Astro Train, which it's in the same boat as Shockwave and Wheeljack, honestly. It really can go 3 ways. Either it's a straight re-release of the Siege figure, or it's a repaint of the Siege figure. Actually, 4 ways. Re-release, repaint, remold, or completely brand new mold of the Siege figure. And Obviously, you guys are going to know what I want it to be and what my answer would be. A completely brand new mold. Duh, obviously. 40th anniversary of the movie. Astro Train, the Siege figure, it's a little outdated now in terms of it being a little inaccurate. All the greebling details, you know, just something that fits more in line with the 86 movie at a brand new mold would just work a hell of a lot better in 2026 as opposed to a mold from 2019. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully, I'm praying to Primus that this figure is completely new. And then for Studio Series Wave 3 next year, we have Deluxe Class 86 Cliff Jumper, which is probably just going to be a repaint of the Bumblebee mold that we just got in 2024. So not really too much to go over there. I'm looking forward to seeing how the colors look, but me personally, I do not like that Bumblebee body mold at all. I'm still searching for that definitive G1 Bumblebee mold over at Hasbro, and I do not think they have nailed it yet. And we have Voyager 86 CYCLONUS. Not a lot of 86 stuff in Wave 3, but there's a couple here. So Voyager 86 CYCLONUS, he's probably just going to be a repaint of the Kingdom figure. Like, that figure is fantastic on his own. I know in terms of sizing and some design stuff and accuracy, they could probably do a bit better on. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is a retool or a brand new mold either, because of those reasons, or because it's the 40th anniversary, or both, or whatever the case may be over at Hasbro. I wouldn't be surprised either way, but something about me is leaning more towards him just being a repaint of the Kingdom figure, and then maybe we'll get a new CYCLONUS figure in like 3-4 years from now. I would not be surprised. Hasbro does this a lot with characters. And then the last 86 figure for Studio Series Wave 3 is Leader Class 86 Blitzwing. This one is a bit of a back and forth to me. You know, I'm thinking he might just be a repaint / repack of the Legacy Leader Class from a couple years ago. But then I think back during that time, 2-3 years ago, and that figure was a massive shelf warmer. A lot of people complained about his accessories being, useless, and him being Leader Class for no reason, and them not putting that budget into more of the engineering and the 3 modes for Blitzwing. I almost said Astro Chain, jeez. I think if Hasbro was wise, they would listen to what made that original Blitzwing figure shelf warm a couple years ago. Get rid of the stupid laser Hulk hands, really hone in on the engineering instead of including extra accessories, make the jet and tank mode as accurate as possible, maybe alleviate some of the problems people had beforehand with those 2 modes, really go in on the articulation and robot mode, and I think it would be a hit Blitzwing figure. I think it would probably sell a hell of a lot better than that Legacy figure a couple years ago. But gonna have to wait and see. And then we have a Roleplay 86, The Matrix of Leadership, which I'm pretty sure it's the first Roleplay release in the Studio Series line in the almost 8 years that it has been around, which is pretty crazy. It's a 86 movie, first time for everything with Studio Series, it seems like. They got the first Commander class, they're getting the first Roleplay release. I'm thankful that they didn't get the first Titan release. They stuck to Bayverse with that. I like that. But, I'm excited to see how this Matrix looks. There's a lot of details and paint that they could put into this. I'm wondering what size it's going to be, if it's going to be like the size for humans, or I don't know, maybe a little bit smaller than for a human to hold. There's a couple different ways they could go about this. I'm just hoping that it's actually solid and the price is decent, no more than like 100 or 120. Anything more than that feels like overkill. And then we have a Target exclusive 86 movie anniversary capsule subline for the 40th anniversary of this movie. And we got a few deluxes, a few Voyagers, and Leader Class figures. So we have Deluxe Hound, which I would assume is probably just going to be a repaint of the one we got in the Autobot 5-pack last year, considering this is just an exclusive, not a mainline release. Deluxe Prowl, again, probably just a repack / repaint of the Earthrise mold we got a few years ago, because this is an exclusive, it's not in the mainline, and, a lot of people still really want that Prowl figure, considering it was really hard to get the first time. And now Voyager Hot Rod, he's probably just going to have his more accurate color scheme. In fact, I think that was actually confirmed by, I believe, JT Prime 17 a couple months ago, that that's what they're going to be doing with this release. So I think that's the only change he's going to have. Potentially less accessories as well. Maybe a less accessory or two, going by what they were going to do with that Velocitron hot rod that was canceled a couple years ago. But I don't know. That's just me speculating. Could be wrong. And then Voyager Scourge, probably again just going to be a repack / repaint. Maybe they change up the color scheme a little bit to be a bit more animation accurate. And then we have Voyager Starscream, obviously just going to be a repaint of the new Seeker mold from Thundercracker. Again, I'm curious to see which of the 3 head sculpts that have been shown so far on Thundercracker will be given to the final Starscream release next year, and how those Starscream colors are going to look on this new Seeker body mold. So that's a release I'm really looking forward to. Then we have Leader Class Optimus Prime, which I'm assuming is just going to come with probably his gun, axe, and matrix, and then maybe some battle damage paint apps, or maybe some battle damage sculpt as well, to really bring out those details from his final battle with Megatron. And speaking of Megatron, we have a Leader Class Megatron to go with Optimus, which again, probably just going to be the same figure as the one we just got a few months ago this year, but maybe with some battle damage paint and battle damage sculpt to show the animation from their battle scene. And then to top it off with this capsule line, we have an Insecticon 3-pack, which is probably just the dramatic capture Insecticons we just got a few months ago, but separately released here in the US as a 3-pack instead of being packed with one of those Seekers. I forgot who it was, if it was Skywarp or Thundercracker, but probably just going to be those, probably not new molds or retools. So I'm looking forward to the subline. There's some stuff in here that I may get, but gonna have to wait and see on how everything is executed, of course. But yeah, guys, let me know down below which of these upcoming 86 movie releases for 2026 are you most excited for to see and get. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye.